Hey guys, Northside here, welcome to my channel. Okay, so this is the final patch, pre-launch patch, although I think they will probably do some tweaking in between last night and you know, when they like updated the previous server. And this is, I think, 7th patch version 7. This will be a very short video, or short as much as I can. I don't want to exhaust myself for you, so I'm just gonna cover what they did. They made somewhat unclear. There is a patch note. I will leave it in the pinned comment when I upload the video. What you see on the right side here, pardon me, are the stats that you can see. They are considerably higher than what we had in the previous patch, which was kind of taken away from us. But they did some adjustments to the mounts, which I also want to mention. It's a cool thing they did. And a couple of adjustments to non-augmented pet, without also, you know, not giving any higher damage to the companions as it is. So these are just the stats. I didn't change anything, so I can show you how it looks like. You know, you can see the power is pretty high, armor penetration is way over the cap, defense is pretty high, critical strike also almost 90k. Avoidance, accuracy also over the cap, way over the cap. Deflect is decent, not that it matters. Common advantage is where it's supposed to be, and awareness. Now all that together with 140 base critical severity. Now this doesn't only concern barbarians, but everybody will notice increase in the stats. Mind you, I am running all like end game gear, so there will probably be some new gear, but that's just not the, we're not gonna bother with that now. So what they did, they actually increased, I suppose, values from the companions. So you can see here how much the augment is now giving. It's almost 20k, 18.4k common advantage, 16k accuracy, 16k crit, and you can see it for yourself. Armor penetration is pretty high. Now, as you know, most of the stats are coming from the gear and the companions and the Insignias, which kind of validate the one point I'm going to point out. First one is that the enchants doesn't matter. I'm running whole radiant 15s in my offensive slots. So you can see I'm reaching the, you know, they have no influence on the armor penetration or critical strike or combat advantage or accuracy at all. Doesn't matter what you're going to slot in. That's for level 80, okay? So these are the stats I'm showing are level 80. And also what they did is, actually I can show you here, I was using Fierce Predator all this time, and you can see they buffed the legendary mounts and also the epic mounts. So, you know, the epic version will give you 5,000 of stats and the legendary 10,000 stats. In this case it's 5,000 power, 5,000 armor pen. If I change that to mount power, mount with the power bonus, I would have more 5,000 more power here, which will give me almost 178, 177.3, and you can easily push this with the right choice of Insignias, because I'm still using some Enlighten of skill, because I don't have those with the power. You can easily gain over 190k power when everything procs from the sets. So power is not an issue, although towards 1,000, 1% for 1,000 stats is changed. Still, it's a nice increase in power. So point being, as I said, let's take a look at the companion. They're giving much more stats now, and it's being transferred to us. Mounts are currently buffed. That is good thing. And also a good thing is that they made kind of non-augmented pet valid again, but here's the problem. Now I'm going to use Toughts to show you how it looks, okay? So this is a striker. It's a new companion. The Toughts will give you more damage, okay? More damage in a party. For every party member, 5%. So, you know, it could be cool. So let's take a look at the stats now. So it's a little lower, but everything is on, you know, except combat advantage, pardon me. So, you know, here's the problem. You can still reach certain caps and even go over cap, but I'm gonna attack the dummy real quick and show you his damage. Let's take a look. Look at his pathetic damage. He's hitting for 1.5k. So this is Toughts. So I'm gonna ask you now, why would you use this companion? And he's gonna die and stay behind. You're gonna lose your stats and whatnot, yeah. And you gotta use the bell, and the combat is totally different. So why wouldn't everybody just switch to augmented companions now? Now, mind you, I'm gonna switch now to let's see, let's try Razorwood. I'm gonna attack the dummy again, and Razorwood should do a little bit more damage. Okay, he's doing 14k with his main hit, and now he's doing 4.6k, and I'm not gonna bother with the tests. I'm gonna tell you straight up now, it's just not worth it running a non-augmented pet, except if you need something for the tanking or healing or whatever. So as you can see, the stats are pretty much better, you know, cap wise, but for level 80. But you know, still combat advantage is lower, power is a little lower, but they didn't up the damage of the companions. And I'm not gonna make another video showing that. And you can see Myconid just procced, and you can see here, this is some Wildling, and this is, and I don't know, this is a whip from Kuatoa, and you can see I have a bunch of things just proccing, and I don't have that in the, you know, in the bonus, okay? Because I'm using mostly power, yeah, 4k power, 2k power, 4k power, 8k power, and 4k combat advantage. Redemption is just here for the test. So as I said, I don't see why would anybody use non-augmented pet at this point. Let's try Xuna. No, this is Yoimbo, pardon me. So let's see how it does. 11k, 6k, 6k. Not good enough. Not good enough. So I'm gonna switch back to the Augment. I wanted to point that out. I think it's important. Barbarian wise, nothing has changed except some magnitude on the blood leather, and that's it. So this is what is going on. This is what's going to be on the launch. It's going live. You know, I'm not even going to comment on this. And they did all this, you know, put so much effort in doing this without actually rectifying the real problem, which I will show you now. And it has to do with my previous video. Thanks for the support. That's a really, you know, that was really a good response, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna tell you now, this is level 80 endgame. Plus minus some gear will be better. So when I'm in combat, I'll check my stats. 100, almost 180k power when I'm in combat. Okay. Look. 177k power with a full combat advantage and whatnot. Everything is pretty much over the cap. Now remember this is 82k armor penetration, 87k critical strike, 81k, let's say everything is around 81, 82k except crit is 87, and combat advantage is 104k, accuracy 81k. So here is the problem, because this is what most of the community is like agreeing on. So say you're gonna go into Temple of Spider basic dungeon. Let me show you what they did. Now remember these stats: 82k armor pen, 87 critical strike, accuracy 80k, and full combat advantage. So let's see if I can get into the dungeon first, yeah? So I'm just gonna cover the basics on this patch. This is going live. Of course, if they don't do something in between, we will see. But here's the biggest problem. This is where their hard capping is, where they went wrong with the hard caps, and this is why we made so much noise about it. Look at the stats. Remember what I had just like 30 seconds ago? 46k armor penetration from what I think 82k to 46k. I am well under the cap, 8 or 9,000 for level 70. Critical strike 44k, under the cap. Accuracy under the cap. Combat advantage, well, double. But I do have 102k power, but you know, with the power buff food, and there's nothing wrong in using that. But still, I am on. This is why we're making such a big deal out of this. You know, you need to understand this. Whoever think this is, I don't want to insult anybody. Even though I get insulted, I don't really care, guys. I mean, facts, come on. This is hard capping. This is wrong, and this is Why would a new? This is why you will see that people are saying, why can I want to stay level 70 forever, because level 70 will be performing better, and that same level 70, at the moment he starts going over level 70, when he comes back into all dungeons, Tomb of the Nine Gods, Cradle of the Dead God, Castle Never, Temple of Spider farming dungeons. This is what's going to happen to you also. This has everything to do with the videos we made, and that couple of thousand views on the forum, uh, responding to Julia. If this is for them, uh, scaling system in a good place according to the developers. Sorry guys, you're wrong, and it's just wrong. It's just wrong. It is, and I can enter combat here. They did something with the enemies, you know, and but you see, they're doing pretty good damage to me, The harder the dungeon, more effort you gotta put in, which is fine, but not under these circumstances. Just gutting us from the stats, 46k armor penetration, this is not good. So let's leave this now and compare the stats. If I can even exit. Oh, server not responding. Well, that makes sense. There we go. So you see, this is the main problem now. This is the main problem, and here we go. We are back on the level 80. Power went up to 172k, 82k armor penetration, way over the cap. A lot of defense, critical strike 87k, accuracy 81k. So that's the main problem, currently we're having with this system, and and this is gonna go live probably 99 point something percent. This is gonna go live. So let's try something a little harder. Let's see Tomb of the Nine Gods. Oh, can't go public. Let's go private. Tomb of the Nine Gods. Aside, there is bosses, they're not adjusted. I think this is going to be a very bad launch. There's still a lot of bugs, class related, in the mechanics in the game, the bosses, the mobs. It will be a 2-hour long video, and it's not going to work. But you know what, guys, just have fun, level up, but enjoy your couple of days of that combat we're having now. That's what I'm saying. Enjoy it, and we're in the Tomb of 9 Gods, scaled down to level 70, and okay, armor pen 51k under what is required. Same goes for the critical strike, same goes for the accuracy, and the combat advantage. So this is the biggest problem. I don't know if anybody don't understand the problem of this. This is hard caps, and they left them. They ignored those 6 pages. Maybe we started too late. Maybe they would listen to us, but I highly doubt it. I mean, they just choose to ignore, and they're gonna reap what they sow. So here we are. This is Tomb of the Nine Gods. You know what? Go on the preview, check it out for yourself, or just wait for Tuesday and the launch, and we'll see how it's gonna go. So again, companions can be used now, non-augmented, but I do advise you to use augmented companion because he won't die, and he will provide a little bit more stats. Companion damage is not so good, and I don't find it worth it. Even changing this for something that's giving flat out damage, maybe it will be, as the game progresses, I will test that. But at this point, I don't see why. And here are the stats with the non-augmented companion. Okay, I think it's working. Yeah, here we go. 38k armor penetration. This is what you saw was with the augment, so there is no confusion. Critical strike 36k, accuracy. I don't see. These are very, very low stats, aside the power, but that doesn't matter. If I'm under the caps for armor pen, I'm not penetrating the shield and defense, it doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah, this is with the food buff, 97k, but the other stats are pretty low, so let's compare that to the augment one more time. I'm gonna wrap it up. Here we go. You can see it's a little higher. Well, it's significantly higher, but still under the cap. So that's the problem with this entire thing. That's the problem. I'm not even gonna attack this Huantis because they're gonna fucking wreck the shit out of me, and prepare for that. So, you know, kudos on leveling the companions so you can actually use non-augment. But I suppose it's gonna be like that. You know, it's just my personal choice. Now I'm not gonna go into pre-build or anything else. I will filter that. I will do another video on Monday with some tips for the launch, what you should get, what you shouldn't get. But at this point, everything you need is gonna come from gear. You're gonna level up really fast. It is depending on you and your time. I'm not gonna speak for others, but I could just pump myself to level 80 really quick and then do those boring runics, and Mad Mage won't be available at the beginning, but people will be leveling and probably will be doing running runic encounters, and I will show you. I actually progressed about. I got collected the apprentice gear from the heroics. I'll make another video about that. But that's not the point of this one. So in this patch, as I said, nothing special has been done in regard to hard caps and downscaling. As you can see, it's in a pretty bad place. I don't know how much stats I would need to have to reach the caps. I'm not even going to bother with that because I won't be running it. But you know, anyway, again, companions are giving more stats. You can use a non-augmented one. Mounts are giving now 10,000 stats. So if you have a Tensor, you're going to have 10,000 accuracy. If you have a T-Rex, 5,000 power, 5,000 armor penetration, etc. So that's pretty cool. But I remind you that one boon from the stronghold is still giving 8,000 stats. So there is that. Those are kind of the pluses, and the main problem has not been fixed, which is hard caps, and they're gonna go through with this. And I voiced it out. You won't hear another video like that from me, okay? That was it. That was it. All this I'm doing now is just, you know, I want to be relaxed about it. So anyway, go if you have preview, go on preview, try it out for yourself. Most of the stats are coming from the gear you're gonna get from the game, companions and mounts insignias, boons of course from the stronghold. So yeah, I don't think I need to mention anything else. I'm gonna leave the full link to the full patch notes, but the patch notes are not full yet because the developer left. He even said it's like partial. However, for the Barbarian, nothing much changed, and this is going live on Tuesday. And yeah, that was it, guys. That was it. I don't know what else to say. Thank you for the support and the subs and the likes and all that. And I wish you have a nice weekend and Easter. And I will see you on Monday sometime when I get the chance to do a video about tips. And that's it. That's it for now. Northside signing off. Bye bye.